Wild boars are tearing apart American farms, leaving farmers desperate to protect their livelihoods. Their numbers have skyrocketed from 2 million in 1990 to nearly 9 million by 2019, ravaging 39 states like Texas, Florida, and Louisiana. These animals cause $1.5 billion, 0 cents, in damage every year, destroying crops and ripping up fields. Farmers must cull 60% of the population annually to stop their spread, but they're losing ground. This documentary dives into the wild boar crisis, why efforts are failing, and how farmers are fighting back with grit and hope. The trouble started centuries ago when European settlers brought pigs to America. Some were set loose for hunting, and over time they turned feral. These wild boars are tougher and more destructive than their farmyard cousins. They outrun deer and wreck fields worse than locusts. Their cunning makes them nearly impossible to catch. In East Texas, John Miller, a 60-year-old farmer, watched helplessly as boars ruined 20 acres of his soybeans last year. The heartbreak and financial strain hit hard. Across the South, farmers are wondering, how do we stop this relentless enemy? Government programs have tried to help, but they're falling short. The USDA and states have spent millions on helicopter hunts, poison trials, and steel traps meant to capture whole boar groups called sounders. Yet too often these traps fail. Farmers set them up wrong or spring them too soon, letting boars slip away. Wildlife experts warn that each escape teaches boars to dodge traps. In Florida, one farmer's early trigger let a sounder flee and they never came back. These failures fuel frustration, but they're pushing farmers to fight smarter. Wild boars aren't just strong, they're smart. They remember trap locations for months and pick up on danger from a captured sounder's distress. They shift their paths overnight after a close call. In Louisiana, a farmer saw a sounder avoid his trap after one escape, proving how fast they learn. This intelligence makes every failed attempt a gut punch for farmers. It's not just about losing crops, it's about facing an enemy that seems to outthink you at every turn. Mistakes are making things worse. Triggering traps before most of the sounder is inside lets boars escape and learn. Leaving captured boars too long lets their cries warn others to steer clear. Keeping traps in one spot too long teaches boars to avoid them. These errors leave farmers feeling defeated, watching the boar population grow stronger. But amidst the struggle, a spark of hope is emerging as farmers find better ways to take back their land. In Texas and Louisiana, farmers and hunters are digging in their heels. They're building bigger traps, 30 to 40 feet wide, 5 feet tall, made of tough steel to stop escapes. Remote triggers let them wait until nearly the whole sounder is inside. They place traps near water or paths marked by hoof prints. Using fermented corn as bait for 3 to 7 days builds trust. Mary Thompson, a third-generation farmer in Florida, caught 28 boars in one night with corn by a creek. Local hunting groups, a proud Southern tradition, hold night hunts to chip away at boar numbers. New tools like drones are in the works, but farmers trust traps and hunts to keep their land safe. Texas A&M experts say smart trap placement beats fancy designs every time. Farmers gather at churches or farm clubs, sharing hard-earned tips and standing together. By avoiding mistakes like early triggers or fixed traps, they're seeing real results. This fight is tough, but farmers are tougher. Their determination and teamwork light the way forward. If you've battled boars or know someone who has, share your story in the comments. Your experience could save a neighbor's farm. Farmers like John and Mary prove that with smarts and heart we can protect our fields for the next generation. Join the effort, stand with America's farmers, and help beat back the wild boar invasion.
In the United States, wild pigs are mainly raised in southern states such as Texas, Florida, and Georgia, where the wild pig population has skyrocketed due to the favorable climate and vast countryside. Texas alone is home to an estimated 2.6 million wild pigs, making it the state with the largest feral pig population. Across the United States, the wild pig population exceeds 6 million, with 35 states reporting significant populations. farmers in these states are increasingly turning to controlled raising and management of wild pigs around natural habitats such as forests, near rivers, and around lakes. In these confined areas, they can roam freely and develop most naturally according to their species characteristics without causing any negative impacts or affecting human life. The open environment allows wild pigs to be healthy, agile, and have strong survival instincts, producing high-quality pork with a more distinctive flavor than closed farming methods. Wondering where human intervention comes from in such open farming? The next part of our documentary on farming will answer your questions. Like video and follow our journey. Wild boars can breed year-round, with peak breeding season occurring in late fall and early winter. Similar to domestic pigs, wild boars have a gestation period of 115 days and give birth to around 4 to 8 piglets. However, instead of being weaned and separated from their mothers, wild boar babies stay with their mothers and develop the skills they need to survive. This is where humans come in. Farmers monitor and observe them to support their development in a timely manner. Suggest information you would like to learn about the wild boar farming process on farms below this agricultural documentary so we can develop future videos. The process of transporting wild pigs is a critical step that farmers must manage carefully, as you'll see in this farming documentary. Before loading, the pigs are herded into holding pens using sturdy gates to keep them contained, with each pig often weighing up to 400 pounds. From there, ramps or chutes are used to safely guide them into livestock trailers designed for transport. These trailers typically hold about 10 to 15 pigs per section, ensuring enough space to prevent overcrowding and injury. This farming documentary highlights how minimizing stress during this process is essential for the well-being of the pigs and the quality of the meat, showcasing how farmers maintain control from start to finish. After being transported to the processing plant, the wild boar meat processing process begins. Usually, the pigs have been stunned before processing. The pig carcasses are hung on hooks for the convenience of the workers. They proceed to remove the hair and skin of the wild boar due to their hardness and thickness. Specialized tools are used by the workers to flexibly create cuts along the joints and run along the entire body of the wild boar. The skin on the back of the wild boar is carefully used by the workers using hand tools so as not to affect the fibers of the loin. The head and internal organs are also removed along with the skin. After that, the workers wash the pork under high-pressure water to completely remove any remaining impurities and debris. Next, the workers filter and separate the meat on the pig's body. The butt and thigh meat are also separated. They are stored in cold containers to ensure freshness for the sausage processing process in the next part of our farming documentary. Don't take your eyes off the screen. We're taking you to the Wild Boar Sausage Factory right now. Once filtered, the wild boar meat is transported to a specialized sausage processing factory equipped with modern machinery. Upon arrival, the meat is first ground in industrial-grade grinders capable of processing up to 2,000 pounds of meat per hour. After grinding, the meat is mixed with a precise blend of spices, salt, and other ingredients in automated mixing machines that ensure consistent flavor profiles. The seasoned meat is then fed into sausage stuffing machines, which can produce thousands of sausages per day, shaping the mixture into natural casings. Each batch typically spends around 2 to 3 hours in the process, ensuring that all sausages meet the factory's quality standards. Temperature-controlled drying rooms are used to cure the sausages for a specified time, ensuring optimal flavor and texture. Finally, the sausages are packaged using high-speed vacuum sealing machines and labeled for distribution, ready to reach stores across the country. This process, highlighted in the farming documentary, showcases the efficiency and precision of modern sausage production. Wild boar sausage has been steadily gaining popularity in the U.S. due to its unique flavor, leaner meat, and growing demand for specialty and gourmet products. The meat's rich, gamey taste appeals to food enthusiasts looking for alternatives to traditional pork sausage, especially in upscale restaurants and artisanal markets. Additionally, wild boar sausage is often marketed as a more sustainable and natural product, given that wild boars are free-ranging and often raised without antibiotics or hormones. In recent years, the wild game meat industry in the U.S. has seen increased consumer interest, with the wild boar market contributing significantly. Restaurants and grocery stores across the country now feature wild boar sausage, with some estimates showing that the market for exotic meats, including wild boar, is growing by 7 to 8% annually. This trend, highlighted in this farming documentary, reflects the rising demand for diverse and environmentally responsible food choices among American consumers. Leave interesting comments below the farming documentary to discuss with us. Don't forget to subscribe to Trending Farm and turn on notifications to explore more interesting topics in the agricultural industry.
Wild boar farming in Taiwan is a significant boost to the local economy, with farms in areas such as Tainan and Pingtung producing hundreds of high-value wild boars each year for meat and breeding. However, many farming documentaries have highlighted the rise of urban encounters with wild boars, which are damaging crops and posing safety risks, prompting efforts to develop managed farms that balance economic growth and environmental control. The giant wild boar, known for its resilience and lean meat quality, offers unique advantages over traditional pig breeds, making the industry a sustainable solution to growing market demand and urban challenges. The giant wild boars in Taiwan are a hybrid breed developed through careful crossbreeding of wild boars and domestic pigs, designed for optimal resilience and adaptability. According to research from the Taiwan Livestock Research Institute, published in farming documentaries, these boars exhibit a survival rate 25% higher than traditional pig breeds in outdoor environments and produce leaner meat with up to 30% less fat. Their adaptability to Taiwan's diverse climate makes them ideal for farming in regions like Tainan and Pingtung. These characteristics drive their economic value, with the industry generating millions annually and meeting the rising demand for premium meat products, both domestically and internationally. Setting up a wild boar farm in Taiwan involves replicating their natural habitat to ensure optimal growth, reduce stress, and maintain their natural behaviors. Grazing environments are essential, as wild boars require ample space for movement and rooting, which helps improve their physical health and meat quality. Farmers use sturdy wire mesh or metal fences, 5 to 7 feet high, to safely enclose the animals while preventing escapes. Separate areas for boars, sows, and piglets are crucial to manage breeding cycles, reduce aggression, and provide privacy for birthing. According to local farmers in the farming documentary, raising wild boars in a supervised environment not only lowers disease risks through controlled hygiene, but also allows for balanced diets and better overall management, leading to higher productivity and economic gains. Breeding and reproductive management of wild boars in Taiwan require careful planning to ensure genetic quality and minimize conflict, has been featured in many farming documentaries. Mating is supervised to prevent aggression among males and to maintain the desired traits in the hybrid lineage. During pregnancy, providing secluded and stress-free areas is essential, as stress can negatively impact gestation and birthing outcomes. The gestation period for wild boars is approximately 114 days, with an average litter size of 4 to 6 piglets. Proper care during this phase, including privacy and a calm environment, ensures healthy offspring and supports the farm's productivity. In this farming documentary, raising piglets is a crucial phase in wild boar farming, as early care directly impacts their health and growth. During the first 6 to 8 weeks, piglets rely on their mother's milk for nutrition and protection, building a strong foundation for survival. As they grow, they transition to solid food with a balanced diet of grains, vegetables, and protein supplements ensuring optimal development. The market demand for wild boar piglets is high, particularly for breeding purposes, with prices ranging from $100 to $300 or more per piglet, depending on quality and lineage. This combination of attentive care and market value makes piglet rearing a vital part of the farm's success. Feeding and preparing wild boars in the farming documentary for sale require a specialized diet to ensure premium meat quality and optimal market weight. Farmers implement a high-protein, nutrient-dense feeding plan that includes grains, vegetables, and supplements like fish meal to enhance nutritional content. Each adult boar consumes approximately 5 to 7 pounds of food daily, tailored to promote firmness and reduce excess fat in the meat. This focused approach not only improves the boar's health, but also enhances the texture, flavor, and overall value of the meat, meeting the high standards demanded by premium markets. Wild boar farming in Taiwan offers significant economic opportunities, generating substantial income through meat production and breeding. The flavorful lean meat is a key ingredient in popular local dishes, such as braised wild boar and barbecued boar skewers, which attract both domestic and international food enthusiasts. In this farming documentary, Taiwan's culinary use of wild boar parallels traditions in Italy and France, where dishes showcase the versatility and demand for this premium meat. As global interest in wild boar products grows, Taiwan's ability to balance traditional flavors with market innovation positions it as a competitive player in this niche yet lucrative industry. As you may know, wild pigs are not native to the United States, but were introduced by early European settlers. In the 16th century, Spanish explorers brought domestic pigs for food. And by the 17th century, many had escaped or been released, becoming feral pigs. By the 18th century, wild pigs had spread across many areas of the U.S., adapting quickly and reproducing at a rapid rate. In the 1900s, the introduction of Russian wild boars for sport hunting led to hybridization, creating today's wild boar population. Despite ongoing control efforts like hunting, trapping, and sterilization, managing wild pigs remains a major challenge, requiring cooperation between farmers, conservationists, and the government, which Trending Farm will cover extensively in this farming documentary. The feral hog population in the United States has exploded, reaching 8.9 million by the end of 2022 and spreading across 35 states, with Texas having the highest number. Their rapid reproductive rate drives this growth. Female pigs start breeding at just 4 to 6 months old, giving birth to 2 litters of 7 to 13 piglets per year, while a male pig can give birth to up to 130 piglets per year. Coupled with few natural predators and the ability to adapt to a variety of environments, feral hogs have continued to thrive in recent years. In this farming documentary, we explore the causes of this uncontrolled population explosion and the challenges farmers face in managing this pest. So how do you think farming communities and governments can work together to control this crisis? Ask more questions, so Trending Farm can create farming documentaries on those topics. The exploding population of feral pigs is causing severe damage to U.S. agriculture, native ecosystems, and even real estate values. In Texas alone, these invasive animals destroy 17% of crops annually, while the U.S. corn industry loses a staggering $1.7 billion each year. But the impact goes beyond farms. Feral pigs also disrupt native ecosystems by competing with deer and turkeys for food. But their impact extends beyond farms. Landowner Mark Reynolds from Georgia says, "I've had to repair my fences 3 times this year because of these hogs. It's like they own the place." Meanwhile, wildlife expert Sarah Collins warns they're outcompeting native species, tearing up ecosystems, and there's no easy fix. In the next part of this farming documentary, we'll explore the most effective strategies. How can we fight back? Stay tuned. If you're a regular watcher of our farming documentaries, you've likely seen footage of the primary methods of feral hog control in the United States. Hunting and trapping have become the primary methods of controlling the feral hog population, which contributes $27 billion to the U.S. economy, particularly in Texas, California, and Mississippi. Many states do not limit hunting, allowing hunters to take as many feral hogs as possible year-round. In Texas alone, 830,000 feral hogs are taken annually. But hunting only controls 29% of the population, highlighting the limited effectiveness of this method. Trapping, while useful, is a significant challenge because feral hogs are highly intelligent and quickly learn to avoid poorly placed traps. Experts recommend using strategic trapping techniques, pre-baiting and group trapping to increase the success rate. Additionally, hunters and trappers must comply with local regulations, use humane trapping methods, and ensure public safety, especially in areas near residential areas. Processing wild boar for consumption and commercial use is gaining momentum as demand for wild boar meat grows, especially in high-end cuisine. Chefs prize its lean texture and rich, gamey flavor, making it a sought-after ingredient. Each year, thousands of wild boars are processed for meat, with specialty markets selling it at $10 to $20 per pound, depending on the cut. Strict processing standards ensure safety, including disease inspection, proper aging, and controlled butchering. Once processed, wild boar meat is vacuum sealed, frozen, or turned into sausages and cured products. Many American diners describe wild boar as fatty, rich, and leaner than pork, with a flavor somewhere between pork and beef. Chefs at high-end U.S. restaurants praise its slightly sweet, rich flavor, often combined with bold spices and slow cooking techniques. Around the world, diners from Italy, France, and Japan appreciate wild boar for its firm texture and rich umami flavor. In Italy, wild boar ragu is a delicacy, while in France it is a highlight of traditional stews. However, some find it tough or chewy, especially when not properly aged or cooked. What do you think? Leave a comment below with your opinion on this farming documentary, or one if you love wild boar-related dishes.